Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, as the year draws to a close, many Namibians experience what experts call year-end fatigue, a state of physical, mental and emotional exhaustion caused by months of accumulated stress, that is busy schedules and pressure to meet goals before the year ends. Now, mental health professional and founder of National Mental Health Care Namibia, Cathy Kambanda, joins us on the line. Good morning, Cathy, and welcome to Namibia Connect.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, Cathy, just to start off, perhaps just give us a brief background about yourself.
Okay. My name is Cathy Kambanda. I'm a mental health and business coach and the founder of National Mental Health Care Namibia. I am a person that's deeply passionate about helping people achieve emotional well-being and also a professional balance. National Mental Health Care Namibia in its own is an organization dedicated to promoting mental wellness, and we do this through education, coaching, and also community programs. My work basically just bridges from psychology and performance. In natural, I help individuals and organizations understand how mental health impacts productivity, how it impacts leadership, and overall just life satisfaction. So over the years, I've worked with professionals, entrepreneurs, and also young people just to build resilience, manage stress, and also just to create a work culture. So I honestly just believe in mental wellness.
Yes.
Because it's not just an illness, but also just the presence of purpose, balance, and also just self-awareness.
Yes, Cathy.
Yeah.
Just to move on to the next question, how will you define year-end fatigue and what are the common symptoms?
Year-end fatigue is a form of burnout that builds as if the year comes to an end. Okay? It is that sense of physical tiredness, emotional, you just feel emotionally drained, and just that mental fog many people experience after months of pushing themselves to meet professional and personal goals. And the common symptoms are normally includes exhaustion, irritated by everything and anyone, especially those that are closest to you, lack of motivation, difficulty concentrating, and the absence or the disturbance of sleep, which we call insomnia. And also just many people also feel just detached and or overwhelmed, even just by doing normal things. So that is how I would describe year-end fatigue and some of the symptoms.
Cathy, I can relate to some of the things you are saying right now, but which groups are most at risk and why?
Well, most of the groups that are at risk are working professionals like yourself, parents, students, business owners, basically everyone juggling multiple responsibilities. In particular, women often experience a higher year-end fatigue because they manage both work and home demands. People in high-pressure environments like our beautiful president, our ministers, our teachers, and those who haven't taken sufficient rest throughout the year are more vulnerable. Students are facing exams and also future worries. Employees are dealing with performance reviews and deadlines. So these are the most people, all the people that are facing this year-end fatigue.
Now, how does the workplace contribute to the year-end fatigue, and how does one set boundaries at work, that is now during the year-end crunch?
Workplace contributes by maintaining this slogan. They say, let's finish strong. It's a finish strong type of culture, where there's pressure to close projects you have to meet targets, you have to plan for the new year, all that at once, all right? And this creates an emotional and physical overload. How do you create boundaries? Number one, the managers the leaders or the ones above any department should learn to appreciate, just appreciation and acknowledging efforts, acknowledging when somebody does above what they normally do. That in its own can bring a certain peace of mind. Also, just declutter your schedule. Say no to some non-essential tasks. Reflect. Don't regret, because we should learn to focus on our lessons that we learned and not just always focus on the losses that we've made over the year. Also celebrate the little wins, like I said, recognize progress in any form and shape. Learn to reconnect, spend time with loved ones, and do activities that will refill your energy, like reading, walking, journaling, working out. And also just having a cup of coffee with your mom or your dad, Go visit your mom's grave and clean it if you must, So just one of those things that brings that peace of mind. Sometimes it's also okay to say no to certain tasks and set realistic goals, for the year that's coming as well. We often set so much high goals that we can't achieve, and then we have so much pressure because we then feel like we failed ourselves, we failed the people that around us, and now we feel like we have gotten a big loss. So sometimes just celebrate those little achievements as well. Yeah.
Cathy, you just spoke about on some of the things that one can do just to mitigate these, but perhaps just how can managers also just support teams with year-end fatigue?
They can help through fostering a psychologically safe workplace. Check in with your team, acknowledge their efforts, like I said, avoid overloading them with new tasks. Assess as they are busy with this task, how are they working under that environment? Are they meeting their targets? And also just make them understand that they matter as well, appreciate them. Like I say, set realistic, even in the workplace, set realistic goals for your employee, because if you can't handle that number of pressure you're putting on your colleague, then why do that to the next person? And also just sometimes it's corporate bullying that also ends up putting pressure on these people. As managers, we need to be aware of corporate bullying as well. Sometimes managers bully the ones below them or those that they don't like. So HR should check in once or twice in with their employees. Are they happy with their supervisors and superiors? Are they okay? Are their mental well-being okay? If there's anything wrong, let's sort it out so that we can have a safe and comfortable environment to work in, so that we don't feel that much of a work year-end fatigue, because there's not only pressure at work, there's also pressure at home.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Cathy, lastly, what are some of the self-care strategies one can use during, this period to avoid fatigue in general?
I say self-care is more than just bubble baths on an off day. It's about creating that sustainable habits.
Indeed.
That protect your energy. Plan regular rest. Even your rest must be planned. Not just when you're already burned out, then you want to rest. Disconnect from digital devices. We spend so much time on our phone, TikTok, all day. And when we're supposed to be resting, we are TikToking the whole time. And we're not even giving ourselves a moment just to rest. Disconnect your digital devices away for a few hours. Practice gratitude and reflection to the end of the year. Just get that sense of purpose, not pressure. Get that sense of purpose and not pressure. And also just remember that you cannot pour out from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is not selfish at all. It's just an act of self-preservation and strength. We need to be able to feel ourselves in order to refill. So those are the few things that I can say that you can do to avoid year-end fatigue. Exercise, go for jogs, go for a walk if you must, because a certain amount of stress and depression or anxiety is released through sweat. So, and it's not just sitting and sweating on a normal, but take a jog, take a walk, and by the time you get back, you will feel your energy is rebooted, and you will honestly feel rebooted. Yeah.
Indeed.